If I can have everybody's attention, y'all continue eating. By the way, thanks to the chef, that was an awesome meal. So I wanted to share something real quick before I shared my comments, and that's to echo what Cindy Carradine was saying during the rehearsal or demo rehearsal, whatever kind of rehearsal that was, is that Lindsey has done a fantastic job of planning tomorrow. Y'all would be impressed with the 3-ring binder and the 20-page detailed to the minute. It is unreal. So she is very gifted and has done a tremendous job, and I'm impressed with what you've done. So tomorrow's going to be a great day. I'm going to share a few comments, and then John will, and then anybody who wants to get up and share some can as well. But first, I wanted to, again, Stacy and I are just thankful to have all you here to share this time and share Bentley and Lindsey's marriage. You know, Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another." And you friends at the friends tables back there and everybody that's in the wedding, one of the greatest joys of being a parent is to watch your kids have great friendships. And it's been fun to watch that with both of them over the years, whether it's Andrew, who's been a friend since birth, or a lot of you guys that they met at Auburn. So we just appreciate y'all pouring into their lives and making them the people that they are. So y'all are very blessed with a great group of friends. So to Lindsey, I want to officially welcome you to the King family. You're the first new Mrs. King since Stacy, 26 years ago. All the other, we've had a lot of weddings, but they've all been ladies who changed their name. And so you're the first new Mrs. King getting married to a male. So welcome to the family. I remember it like it was yesterday. Bentley and Lindsey had been at a party across the hall, February of their senior year in high school, and for a mutual friend who was having a party for celebrating his scholarship. Bentley came home, he was just grinning from ear to ear. "Hey, I met Lindsey Allred and talked to her, and I'd like to ask her out." And then he would asking Stacy, how should I do it? What should I do? He wanted it to be perfect. And he was smitten from that day. And I see why, because you bring joy to a room when you walk in. And that's what he saw. And we're just happy to have you as part of the family. And so whether it's a staycation, which you love, or a vacation or whatever, you make us better as a family, and we're glad to have you. And then finally to Bentley, you know, Stacy and I have joked over the years, as our firstborn, we made a lot of mistakes practicing on you how to raise a kid. And it's really not a joke. We did make a lot of mistakes. So y'all all learn that when you start raising kids. It ain't easy. But you took it with a grain. You handled the mistakes well. You were a fantastic child to raise. It's just been a joy to watch you grow up, and a pleasure parenting you. And I guess the one word I would describe you is you're just very steady. You're a steady man that you've grown into be. And I look forward to watching you manage your family and your relationships in that same steady manner that you have over the last 24 years. So again, it's been a pleasure parenting you over these years, and just look forward to this new chapter. And so I'd like to close with a toast/blessing. There's a song that Carrie Joby has written that we've been singing in church called Blessing, and it's a collection of scripture verses about blessings. And so I kind of want to paraphrase one of those verses in my toast, which is, "May God's favor be upon you and to your children and to their children and to their children to 1,000 generations." To Bentley and Lindsey. Okay, so now here's how the rest of the night's going to go. You guys that have lived with Bentley before, in the house, in his apartment, whatever, you know one thing about him: he loves his sleep and needs his bedtime. When it's bedtime, Bentley goes to bed. And he's been that way since he was born. 8 o'clock, I'm going to bed, So he's the last speech of the night. So whenever he's ready for us to go to bed, he's going to get up and say it's time. So, and you guys, I know that y'all know exactly that's the way he is. So he's not going to miss his sleep, and tomorrow's a big day. Saying that, I'm sure many of you want to get up and talk about them. So when you do, keep it brief so that we can get a lot of people sharing, and then we can all get to bed on time tonight. So now I'm going to turn it over to Lindsey's dad, John.
How in the world do you follow that up? Golly. I can't believe this day's here, really. It's been a special time. I want to echo just all the friends. I know, Allison had tons of friends, a core group of 8 to 10 girls that carried her through her life, and it's amazing how that's echoed here tonight through your friends, and I know they're going to carry you through your life also. David, you said an awful lot. You didn't give me a lot of room. See, that's why he went first. See? So I guess I'll start off with the first time I met Bentley, and it was not a very good start. I just got to admit. Do you remember this time? Do you remember?
I don't know what you're talking
So he comes to the door, and he's got on this Auburn shirt, right? And I remember opening the door and said, "Son, that is not a good start." And but it got better. People always, friends of mine always ask me, when a guy comes calling on your daughter, are you going to have a shotgun or a gun waiting on him? And I'm like, with Lindsey, you don't have to have a shotgun. She's able to take care of herself. One of the things that I did want to share is, I don't know if I've told you and John David this, but there's been a showering of prayers, whether it's Bill, Bo, and the family, or Allison over the years, or me. And I know this is supposed to be joyous, but I've got to share this. There was many nights that I would be in bed, and we prayed for you, and Bentley, we prayed for you every night. We prayed for John David and his spouse to be every night, but there were many nights that I would be in bed and wondering where Allison was, and I would call to her, she wouldn't answer, and I would walk up the stairs. Allison, where you at? Can y'all hear me in the back, by the way? Okay. And she would be huddled literally in a fetal position, praying for obviously John David and Lindsey, but also just praying over the spouses that they would choose, the grandchildren that one day we would have. And so to say that you both have been showered over is an understatement. And I'm sorry to make you cry. I didn't mean to do that. So this is going to be a joyous occasion tomorrow, but I just feel like that I needed to say that because, and Bentley, I did want to say this. There is no son. There is nobody that I would choose for Lindsey other than you. And I know Allison felt that way too. We talked about it on several occasions, and so we're just really excited to have you in our family. All right, that was as short as I could do. All right.
Hey, we have Connor, Jordan, and Mackenzie here, and I've also typed out my thoughts to make sure that I say what I wanted to, and so I'll be reading. But so Bentley and Lindsey, when I think about y'all two, I think about how well y'all complement each other and how steady your relationship has been. And Bentley, when I was a freshman in college and you were a sophomore, you were obviously dating Lindsey, and I remember asking you if you ever had the desire to take other girls to date parties. And you told me that you never had the desire and that going to date parties with Lindsey keeps becoming more fun. And Lindsey, last summer when us four were at the lake with Banks and Marielle, you and I got to ride back to Birmingham together, just us two. And that ride was very exciting because I learned how similar we are in a lot of ways. And I also overall could clearly see just how infatuated you are with Bentley and how much you care about him. And also, Lindsey, as I know will be said a lot tonight, is, well, for us in particular, you make our family dynamic super fun when you are with us, and that is because your only mood is to be joyful, and that's the part that I know will be said a lot. And yeah, just no matter what the circumstance is, you always exude joy, and it's extremely contagious to everyone in the room. And y'all are both role models for Jordan and I, and we are very thankful to be at the same point in life together right now. And through all the excitements and trials we will go through, I know we look forward to walking alongside each of y'all, no matter what life holds. And we are also, Jordan and I are very thankful for the positive, Christ-centered impact you have had on our lives already, and I think very highly of what the Lord is doing in both of your lives, individually and now together. And I can't wait for tomorrow.
Sorry, already getting emotional, obviously, but I've also written down what I'm going to say. Bentley and Lindsey, I can't believe the day we've all been waiting for so long is finally here. It has been such a joy to watch you two these past 3 years that I've known y'all, and to see what an amazing relationship rooting in the Lord looks like. Lindsey, you've already felt like a sister to me and someone who I look up to so much. You bring joy and laughter to every room you're a part of, and everyone who knows her can attest to that. But most importantly, you've showed me and many others the importance of clinging to the Lord in all situations. And Bentley, I've enjoyed watching the way you love Lindsey so well, and the way you admire her in all situations and laugh at every one of her jokes, because she is pretty funny. It's evident that you're such a great leader in y'all's relationship by the way you serve, care, and respect her so well. And I'm so excited for you two, and want you to know that you're such a blessing to everyone that knows you, and everyone loves y'all so much. Connor and I can't wait to live just a few doors down from y'all and have so many double dates. So excited to get y'all married tomorrow.
Hello. So, as the youngest of the King children, it has come with a few perks. The biggest one, I would say, is being able to watch my older siblings and either learn from them from their mistakes or learn what they did right and try to kind of mimic that. And Bentley and Lindsey, it has been a blessing to be able to watch y'all just pursue this Christ-centered relationship in a culture that just kind of has such different standards for relationships. And I've loved just to see how y'all love and respect each other and just how y'all honor each other. And it's such just a role model to me. So I just want to say that I love y'all. And Lindsey, I'm so excited you're my sister. I've always, my whole life, said that I've always wanted a sister, and I truly cannot imagine anyone besides you and you. So I cannot wait for the rest of this weekend and to get y'all married. So thank y'all. I love y'all.
Hey guys, I'm John David. I'm Lindsey's brother, if y'all didn't know me. So it's kind of crazy, the past 5 years, y'all have been with each other, and it's awesome to just see how y'all have grown and y'all's relationship with each other, as well as y'all's relationship with the Lord. And I know Bentley, I probably told this story about 20 times, but the first time I met Bentley was 5 years ago, and ironically it was the day before, the night they had their first date. And we were at the Greystone Legacy on the driving range, and I was hitting balls, and someone came up to me and said, "Hey, you know that guy down there is taking your sister out on a date tonight, and he's talking about how beautiful she is." So I was like, okay, I gotta go talk to this guy, figure out who he's about. So I walk over, I'm like, "Hey." He's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, "So are you taking my sister out tonight?" He was like, "Yeah, I am, yeah." But, you know, it's just crazy to think, you know, that was 5 years ago, and it's just awesome to see how far y'all have come together. And, you know, I know, like my dad said, you know, Mom prayed for us every night, and, you know, I know she's so proud to see not just what y'all have become, but what you have become, Lindsey. And I can't tell you how thankful I am to be your brother. And Bentley, I can't wait to be your brother, and we can play more golf and make more jokes like that. But Lindsey, we're gonna miss your cooks and your cleaning. And maybe not the smell of Brussels sprouts, but but I love you, love both of y'all, and I can't wait to see what else God has in store for y'all. So, yeah.
Hello, my name is Sadie, and I have the honor of being Lindsey's matron of honor. I have notes so that in case I start ugly crying, Sam wouldn't have to translate for me. But I cannot believe that the day is finally here that my best friend gets to marry her best friend. I remember it like it was yesterday when we were on freshman year spring break, and you and Bentley went on your 1-year anniversary dinner, and here we are 4 years later at your rehearsal dinner, which is crazy. There are many stories that I could stand up here and reminisce upon, from meeting on midday to going to Fiji date parties to going on couples trips with Bentley and Sam, to being on exec together, to following Bentley and Sam to Nippers, because we thought it would be funny to show up at a Rush event, when in fact it was not, and it was just awkward. To getting me to get a group fitness class pass at the rec, which was honestly a really big accomplishment, to getting to work together, to making TikToks together in quarantine. But honestly, the one story that I truly just can't not share about is about Alpha Gamma recruitment and the many, many, many memories that we made. We would spend every waking moment together. Lindsey would wake up at 4 a.m. and then I would wake up at 6 a.m. and Lindsey would be completely ready to go, and I would just be taking out my retainers. Then we would go downstairs to wait for Panhellenic to check our chapter room and make sure every decoration was within the rules, but while we would wait, we would sit on the couches and fall asleep in the perfect position to where our hair and makeup wouldn't get messed up. So I would lay slightly on Lindsey's shoulder, and then she would lay slightly on my head, and then when we heard the knock at the door, we would just jolt up and act like we weren't just snoring. So then we would continue throughout the day and talk to all the incoming freshmen that we were supposed to talk to, and then we would go rogue according to the advisors by talking to the girls with the best shoes. And then we would continue the day by eating lunch together, doing practices together, and then eating dinner together. And surprisingly, we had not gotten tired of one another yet. But one day in particular, we were like, you know, maybe it would be good if we were to separate just for a little bit and go to dinner with Bentley and Sam. And so they were actually at the beach that week together, and we weren't very happy about it because obviously recruitment was the most important week of our lives. But here we are, fast forward to your wedding. So anyways, Bentley picked up Lindsey to go eat, and then Sam came and picked up me, and we decided to go to Jim and Nick's because, you know, those cheese biscuits are just a great pick-me-up. And then we walk in, and there are Lindsey and Bentley sitting there eating at Jim and Nick's. So the moral of that story is we couldn't even stay away from one another even when we tried. So good luck getting rid of me, Bentley. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, I feel like, Lindsey, we have been through so much together, and I can't believe that tomorrow is the day that we've been talking about for forever. Bentley, I feel blessed having the opportunity to get to know you, not only as Lindsey's boyfriend and fiance, but also as Sam's friend, but also as my friend. I have gotten to see your unshakable character, kindness, your steadfast nature and friendship, how you are surprisingly a great dancer. But most importantly, I've gotten to see how well you love Lindsey and how big your heart is for her, because your heart is so big for Jesus, and you are going to be the perfect husband to lead Lindsey well. And Lindsey, I cannot explain how thankful I am for your friendship. The Lord answered my prayers when he gave me a friend like you. Anyone who knows you knows how incredibly kind-hearted, caring, thoughtful, funny, and talented you are. But honestly, I think that one of the best quality character traits is that how well you celebrate others always, because your joy is truly in the Lord. You do such a good job of making others feel so special and excited, and truly you could just have a full-time job as a hype man for someone, because you'll just encourage and encourage and encourage, and it's so sweet. But you inspire and push me daily to look towards the Lord in everything that I do, and I'm so thankful for this true gift of a friendship. But now it's time for all of us to celebrate you and Bentley. There is really not a better match for one another. Y'all balance each other perfectly. Lindsey's the spender, Bentley's the saver. Lindsey has the long hair, and Bentley's hair is still there. But, yeah. In all seriousness, your relationship is such a beautiful depiction of how God loves his bride, the church. You sacrifice for one another, you serve each other, and you seek the Lord's counsel in your relationship above all. Thankfully, the Lord knew that it was not good for man to be alone, and I can truly say that both of y'all are better together. Sam and I have loved having such a loyal and Christ-rooted friends, and that we can do life together with. Your relationship is going to do big things for the kingdom of God, and I cannot wait to see. I'm honored to know you both, and I can't wait for all of our future couple trips when we all actually have money. But I love you both so much. Royal and loyal forever. Cheers.
So I'm sure a lot of people will shower Bentley with compliments tonight, but I'd regret it a little bit if I didn't take the chance to publicly pick at him. So Bentley and I had the opportunity to go to 3 spring break trips together. And we went to the beach twice, the mountains, and then we went to Costa Rica with a couple other guys here our senior year. So the first day, if you've ever been to the beach with Bentley, you know that he uses this bronzer like religiously. But in Costa Rica, near the it's a little bit hotter down there. The bronzer didn't work as well, so Bentley got extremely sunburnt the first night. And not just like a red, oh man, he got sunburned. He actually got sun poisoning. I woke up the next morning and there's this like weird liquid coming from his forehead. And it's all cracked and stuff. His hair is just like, stuck to his face. And so he's like orange and, cracked forehead and stuff. And then that day he actually chose to wear an orange Russell Westbrook jersey. So he's literally an orange person from head to toe. And so we're walking down the beach that afternoon. And Bentley, if you also don't know, is deathly afraid of horses. So there's this, I guess, trail. I don't know. For some reason, there's horses on that beach. It was kind of a weird place. And they come walking by. Bentley's kind of, taking his distance, but they pass and everything's good. And then the horses, you hear the guy say, "How do I control this thing?" We turn around, the horse is coming straight at us. And it starts circling us and chasing after us. And so Bentley, you have this, and he's not looking his best, and he's just completely orange and being chased by a horse. And I say that, to pick at him, but also to say I think I've seen you at your worst, probably. But on a more serious note, I've also seen you at your best, and your best is absolutely with Lindsey. And I say that, a lot of people think of you guys having fun together at Fiji date parties, always being, the life of the dance floor and having fun and thriving that way. But also in the bad times, you also thrive together. And I've said this to you before multiple times, but you two have been through a lot more than the average couple pre-marriage. And the way that I saw you, Bentley, support Lindsey every step of the way through everything that she's been through, absolutely incredible. And you can tell that Lindsey, just being around you two from our relationship and all 4 of us hanging out, you can tell that she respects Bentley. Every single decision that she makes, she respects the heck out of it because she knows that Bentley has her best interest in mind. And I think that God used that time in y'all's lives to really prepare you for marriage and to make you a really good husband. And so Sadie and I, we've been married for a year this month, and I still don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I've looked up to you guys and y'all's relationship since day one. And that's, y'all are such a blessing to me and Sadie. So I can't wait to see what you guys do for the kingdom, and how you bless living in Birmingham and the amount of people that you're going to reach. And we're thankful for you guys and love you so much. So.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lauren, and this is Leah and Lindsey. And we lived at the L House with Lindsey for 2 years of college. And we just want to show y'all and tell y'all how much we love you guys. Lindsey, you're going to be the most stunning bride. I can't even look at you right now. You're going to be the most stunning bride tomorrow and an extraordinary wife to Bentley in so many ways. But Bentley, we lived with Lindsey for 2 years, and you are going to be her husband tomorrow, but you're also going to be her roommate for forever. So we just wanted to share a couple things that we love about Lindsey and some things you might want to know. One is that she is the type of person that makes her bed as soon as she wakes up in the morning. So be clean and respect that. I imagine you will. Another thing is be prepared for the unexpected, because you are joyfully unpredictable with your random outbursts of dancing. You know, the little unts, we all know that dance move, and your random shouting of words that you think is funny in random silence. Anyone know? Okay, cool. Don't have to say that. So yes, just be prepared to have fun and laugh all the time. But on a more serious note, be prepared to be encouraged. I can think of several times when I woke up early in the morning and was running downstairs in my pajamas to make my cup of coffee, and Lindsey was already ready for the day and spending time in prayer and reading the Bible. And it still encourages me now that I haven't even been living with you for a year, of how devoted she is to her faith and how in love with her faith she is. And so, Bentley, be prepared to have a wife that will pray for you daily, and pray with you daily, and truly support you and love you as a leader of your household, which is so special. And lastly for me is, Bentley, words of affirmation, okay? Say it again, words of affirmation. I think you already know this because Bentley loves Lindsey so well, and I think we've loved getting to see how well he treats our favorite girl. But you know, when in doubt, just say her hair looks good, that you appreciate her hard work, and that you love her laugh more than anyone else's. And y'all will be so happy together. I love you guys.
So obviously, y'all know that Lindsey's hair is like sacred to her. It's like the best thing, and yeah, so don't have better hair than her, okay? But the main thing I think of is, so freshman year, the day after bid day, the sophomores take you out to lunch. And me, Lindsey, and Allie got to be together, and y'all wouldn't think that we had become friends because we were hangry and we were tired, and like we really didn't hit it off because like we were like not ourselves. But I remember that day being at the Village, and Lindsey looked at, I said like, I love your hair, and she went, I've never had a haircut. And for some reason, I believed you. And like anytime Lindsey Overhead's name was brought up, I was like, you know, she's never had a haircut. And I'd be like, there's no dead ends, I don't know. And I did not know you had till junior year, and I said something about it, and you were like, what? And I was like, yeah, you don't cut your hair. Anyway, she does. But, so I wanted to tell that story. But the other thing is, I talk about the Enneagram too much, but Lindsey's a 1, which is one of my favorite numbers. And 1s like seek truth and justice, and having a friend that is a 1 is amazing, because I feel like there's so many times I come to you for advice and need truth that's hard to tell someone, and you have always been a friend to be able to give me this truth and say it humbly and like caringly, which is such a gift that you have that. And so, Bentley, to have a wife that will, when you're wrong, correct you in a loving way is just so special. And then, I don't know, I'm just so excited. And I'm so happy I could be here. I thought I had corona, I don't. And so I'm just so happy to be here. and celebrate y'all. Yeah, no, I'm negative.
I didn't have coronavirus, so I think something that's really unique and really special about Lindsey is that she is truly one of the most loyal people I've ever met in my entire life. When she becomes your friend and becomes someone that you love, she loves you harder than anyone else in this world probably could. And that has been, that has been one of the most beautiful things, I think, over living with her, is just to see the way that she loves everyone around her. She loves Bentley so well, loves her family so well, and has loved all of us so well. And on a lighter note, so Bentley is pretty quiet when you don't know him super well. I feel like you might know what's coming. So I didn't know Bentley super well, and I came down one night. It was just me and Lindsey and Bentley home, and I was convinced that I'd gotten cotton stuck in my ear from a Q-tip. I pulled it out, and I was convinced there was something stuck in my ear. So I bust into Lindsey's room, and her and Bentley are watching a movie or something, and I was freaking out, having a panic attack for no reason, it's cotton. But Bentley's I'll get it out for you. Meanwhile, I do not know him well. I'm laying down on Lindsey's bed. He's got tweezers and a flashlight and is looking in my ear trying to get this out. So I think after that, we got tight. But so I'd say we're good now. But truly living with Lindsey for 2 years, I think, has been one of the biggest blessings in all of our lives. And I'm so excited that you guys get to do life together, because truly getting to be with Lindsey and do life with her has been one of the most amazing things that I think we got to experience all throughout college. So we love you guys. We're so excited to see you guys tomorrow finally get married. So we love you guys. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Claire, one of Lindsey's bridesmaids, and so Lindsey was one of the first people I met from Alpha Gam at the beginning of freshman year. I remember being just so amazed at how funny and cool she was, and I was like, I have to be friends with her. And so I asked her to borrow jewelry for a social. It was so fun. I went into her room, I tried on all her jewelry, and she helped me pick it out. And now being friends with her, I know that was a big deal that she did that. And I was like, okay, she might have wanted to be my friend too. So ever since then, Lindsey has been such an incredible friend. She is loyal to the people in her life that she loves, and such a joyful and passionate person. And also she has the most infectious personality of anyone I know. Wait, where is it? Okay. One of my favorite things is to be around someone who's meeting Lindsey for the first time, because they're just in shock of how someone can be so joyful and funny and fun and kind, and all at the same time. And you're just so compassionate. You're the type of friend, and this has already been said, but just to walk with you hand in hand in every trial, no matter how big or small. And I'm just so excited to see you be married tomorrow and be the most amazing wife. And Bentley, I can't think of anyone better for Lindsey. It's been so fun to see y'all date in college, all throughout college, and just truly be best friends and love each other well. Y'all have been through so many joys as well as so many challenges over the years. And it's so evident to everyone who knows you that Christ is at the center of your relationship. You are a couple that not only brings each other closer to Jesus, but you also bring all others around you closer to Jesus, and that's just so special. And I can't wait to see how the Lord uses that. And I love y'all, and I can't wait till tomorrow.
My notes up too, just in case. Hey everybody, my name is Brooke, for those of you that don't know me. Me and Lindsey became really great friends right off the bat. I just remember we would run out of Owen and Keller and we'd meet each other to go up to music appreciation. Every single time I was 3 minutes late, but Lindsey waited for me every time, and she would never complain about I was the reason that we had to speed walk up to the music hall. But there was one time that she was a little late, and then the whole entire way up to music appreciation, she would not stop, like, just apologizing for how she kept me up and, like, or I had to wait on her. And I was like, Lindsey, oh my gosh, you wait on me every time. Like, don't apologize. And so that just showed me at the very beginning just how much she cares for people. And I've also learned just from being friends with Lindsey just how joyful she is. I mean, y'all know, like, her smile just truly just lights up a room, and it's so contagious. And also, she is just the best encourager. She's one of those people that just can pump you up and just, like, makes everyone around you just feel so confident and so good about themselves. And that's just one of my favorite things about you, Linz. And I also am just so thankful that we had the time that we did in Nashville. We got to live with each other in Nashville during our internships our senior year, and we got to live in the same room, 2 little small twin beds, and it was the sweetest thing. It was so much fun. We had so many memories, and it was just a little piece of home that I got to bring with me there, so that was really comforting. And we had so many fun memories. We would watch The Bachelor every single Monday night. We would cook dinners. We'd explore the city. We'd try to figure out which Kroger we're supposed to go to. I'm pretty sure for 2 months we thought we were at Fancy Kroger, but we were really at Sketchy Kroger. So that was a little dicey, but it was so much fun. And I can't forget the cookout milkshake runs as well. So those were so much fun. And also, just whenever I would come home and, like, if I had a hard day, Lindsey would be there for me. And when I had a fun day, she'd be there and be excited with me. And truly, like, your friendship just means the world to me, Lindsey. And I just am so thankful that you get to marry someone just as wonderful as you are, just Bentley. And it's been really great just to get to know Bentley just through Lindsey and also just through accounting. So we both majored in accounting. And I just got to learn just how dedicated Bentley is, and also just how kind he is, and just how well he treats Lindsey. And he really does treat her like a queen, but now tomorrow she's going to be a king. So cheers to the kings. I love y'all so much.
All right, we got to represent Bentley's roommates a little bit here, too. I'm Dudley Sims. I roomed with Bentley sophomore year with Luke and Forrest. And I said some of this on the Bachelor trip when we went around and kind of were telling kind of blessings and what you've meant to us. And Bentley is someone who, in this world, a lot of us can be very flaky. We've got a lot of things going on at all times. And Bentley is someone you can always count on. Like, I've never felt left out by Bentley, and that is something that, I mean, is incredible, and it's really rare to say to someone. So you're just, you're very loyal, and so that, I mean, Lindsey, you've got a very loyal guy there, and I'm so excited for y'all. Bentley is also just very laid back. If you know Bentley, the way that John David described him is very accurate. It's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. So Bentley was always someone that could, you know, calm you down and kind of give it to you, just give it to you honestly, but give it to you in a way that wasn't intimidating or anything like that. So I really appreciate that. And then Lindsey, everyone has said that you're words of affirmation, but you give it so well. You make people feel so encouraged and excited. And, honestly, sometimes I have a hard time getting excited for myself, but you do that for me. So thank you so much. If you could be my hype man, I'd appreciate that. So, but I just love y'all both, and it's been really fun to get to see y'all throughout these 4 years. You know, from walking to the Fiji House for lineups and things like that to just seeing y'all be the center of attention on the dance floor. It's been fun to see y'all's relationship grow and blossom in the way y'all walk through life together. So love y'all both, and cheers to Bentley and Lindsey.
Hey guys, I'm Luke. Like Dudley said, I lived with Bentley and Forrest and Dudley sophomore year, and yeah, I am just really thankful for Bentley and who he is and the friend he's been to me. I'm a talker. If you know me, that's very true. Talk, and Bentley. Okay, you're just a friend who, like, you like Dudley said, you're so loyal. I'm the only guy who wasn't, who you became friends with in college, who's here tonight, who, like, wasn't in fraternity with you, and just to, like, be roommates sophomore year and have that relationship continue to grow since then is something that I'm so thankful for, because I can go up and down, be all over the place, but like a lot of guys have said, you're steady and you're such a constant friendship to me, and I'm just over the moon, thankful for that, and thankful for you. And whenever like I like have something that I'm like, like about some girl or something, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait till it's like actually something, and then I'm gonna go ask Bentley, because the way that you and Lindsey have balanced dating each other and just all of college, balanced school and responsibilities, been balanced just being with your friends. I think James said this at the bachelor party, but you're always there. It's not like, oh, where's Bentley? He's always but you're always there, and you're steady and you're loyal. And those are just two qualities that are so admirable. And I'm just so thankful to have that in you as a friend. So love y'all, and I'm so excited for tomorrow. So cheers to Bentley and Lindsey.
Hey guys, I'm Fletcher. I was roommates with Bentley junior year, and I thought of a really funny story now thinking about Bentley and how much he loves his sleep. So when we lived in the Fiji house together, we lived in these lofts that are like this far from the ceiling. So you're like laying there and you're just up against the ceiling. And but one story really stuck out to me because it was Fiji Island, and I just got like really sick in the middle of the night. And so we had turned up our noisemaker really loud, but I like fell out of bed because I was trying to get down so fast, and Bentley just didn't wake up. And I was like, oh, and he didn't even wake up. But so you might have some trouble getting him out of bed, because everyone has said that you like to get up at 4 a.m., but that doesn't seem to be the case for Bentley. And I think I speak on behalf of a lot of us that we just really look up to both of you. And one thing that I admire about y'all is how much y'all love each other. And I was thinking about you, Lindsey, and at Sam and Sadie's wedding, actually, I remember y'all just got engaged, and I just saw you and Bentley were like on opposite sides of the room, and you were just like looking at him, you're like just so like googly-eyed over him. But I just love that, and it was just so sincere, and I really look up to you guys, and I think that so many people are just drawn to you both, and so you'll have a huge opportunity to use your relationship, and so I look up to y'all immensely, and I'm excited to see what y'all do in y'all's lives. So love you and cheers.
Might need to pull it down just a little bit. Hey everyone, my name is Marielle. I have the honor of being one of Lindsey's bridesmaids. This isn't in my notes, but I was just thinking how I even knew who Lindsey was, and I just remember senior year at Briarwood hearing that Bentley was Briarwood's a very small place, so there's really not much news going around. But I remember hearing that Bentley was going on dates with some girl, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so crazy!" And then, because she didn't go to Briarwood, that was the kicker. And then get to Auburn, and Lindsey and I weren't really friends freshman year, really. But then I had the honor of living with her sophomore year. And I just think it's so special that so many of the people who have gotten up here to talk about y'all are your roommates, because a lot of times that doesn't happen. Things end very poorly, so that just shows how wonderful and loving y'all are, that your roommates are the people who want to get up here and talk about y'all. But sophomore year may have been my favorite year at Auburn, and I chalk a lot of that up to having Lindsey as a roommate. Whether it was taking a bike ride around Auburn at 10 o'clock at night, eating cake in bed while we watched Stranger Things, which happened a little bit more than we like to admit, or getting another ear piercing spontaneously, you are always there through the highest of highs and lowest of lows, and so consistent and steady. You are purely yourself all of the time, always know how to crack a joke at just the right time, and you are the strongest person I know. Bentley, I know you know that you are about to get the best wife in the world. I truly cannot be happier for you guys, and I can't wait to see all of the amazing ways God is going to use your marriage to honor and glorify Him. Love you.
Wait.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't about to let that happen. Here we are, Bentley. 24 years. I was thinking about what I was going to say tonight and thinking about, my first memory of Bentley. And my first memory of Bentley was Briarwood Mother's Day out. And it was of him giving something to me. It was very special, and it's probably why we remained best friends. It was a chicken nugget. And I would trade him some chips or something like that. But he was always a giver, and I think that's really important in the marriage. Oh goodness. So my second thing I want to bring up is it's actually an apology to you, Miss King. I didn't always sharpen the iron, with Bentley. It was ups and downs for sure. So we had moved to North Carolina, my family. We've known them my whole life, and we'd always look forward to coming back down and spending Christmas with the Kings. And there was always a couple words that you couldn't say inside the King's house, and one of them was Gravedigger, the monster truck. And I remember we'd start playing monster trucks, and Miss King would come around the corner and say, I know I didn't hear Gravedigger. Hey, we don't need to be saying that kind of stuff. And she'd leave the room, and I'd look at Bentley, and I'd go, Gravedigger, Gravedigger, Gravedigger. But, he was always a good sport, right? But that's the thing I want to say about Bentley is that he is, as so many of y'all said tonight, he is the epitome of loyal. He is always there. No matter if I'm 10 hours away in North Carolina, I could always come back a year later, and I'll always be looking forward just to seeing him and how much that relationship meant to me and my family. And I'll never forget that. As to you, Lindsey. Lindsey's very nice, and she does give lots of compliments, right? I remember kind of the first time I met Lindsey, maybe it was 2 or 3 later, she gave me a really nice compliment. She said, Andrew, you know who you look like? I said, no. She says, Chris Pratt, if he had gained 50 pounds. I was like, thank you. So, Bentley, you got a life ahead of you full of compliments, baby. Keep them rolling. But for real, thank y'all for being an image. Look at all these people that look up to you. I'm looking up to y'all. I mean, seriously. As everybody said, I cannot wait to see what the Lord Jesus has in store with y'all for y'all's relationship. And I can't even imagine the amount of people who are going to come to know the Lord and His Son, or grow in their faith in their marriages because of what the Lord is going to do through y'all. So I appreciate that. Bentley, you can come and tuck us in.
Thanks, Andrew. That was worth staying up a few more minutes for. But me and Lindsey just want to thank y'all for all your kind words and encouragement. Words of affirmation is her love language, I can tell you that. So she's on cloud 9 right now. But we're just so happy to have all y'all here. We're really just happy to even be able to have a rehearsal dinner and a wedding tomorrow, just with all the craziness that's going on right now. It's been a stressful and busy past few months for sure, but we've been able to see the Lord work through our plans. We just kind of gave those over to Him, and thankfully His plans were pretty similar to our plans. So it all worked out. To all my groomsmen and to Lindsey's bridesmaids, we just want y'all to know how thankful we are for all of y'all. You know, y'all are all here because y'all have had a great and positive impact on each of our lives, whether it's individually or together. And so we feel very blessed that we can share this time with y'all and celebrate with y'all tonight and tomorrow. So thank y'all.
First, I just want to say a few things to my family. I'll start with Connor. It has been great to go through this season of engagement together. I'm pretty ready for it to end, though. I'm sure you're getting to that point too. But it has been really special to share together. When we were all stuck at home during the quarantine, I got to see your work ethic and your passion for everything you do, whether it's the way you run your business or your relationship with Jordan. It was really inspiring to see you just give 150% into everything. And that's one way that I look up to you for. Mackenzie, I really wish I'd had more time this past year to get to experience your freshman year at Auburn with you. But I'm just so glad that you're enjoying it probably more than me and Connor did, which I didn't think is possible. And I'm so proud of you for getting into the design program. And I know you're going to do great things while you're at Auburn and great things when you leave. And like you were saying, you and Lindsey are already basically sisters. So I'm sure we'll be seeing each other a lot still, which will be great. And then Connor, we're in the same apartment building. So we'll be seeing each other a whole lot, which I'm really looking forward to, though. It'll be great. And then to my parents, I just want to thank y'all for the way y'all raised me, me, Connor, and Mackenzie. You know, I owe a lot of who I am today to y'all, just because of the influences that y'all have had on my life. I was able to see what marriage that's centered around Christ looks like. And after seeing that, I now have the confidence to lead Lindsey and lead my family in a way that's centered around him too. And that's really a priceless gift. So thank y'all. And plus, all three of us are going to be working at the same place. So we'll still get to see each other a lot. And I'm really looking forward to that. Mr. John, JD, I'm very happy to be joining another family. And I'm finally getting some good golf competition because... Exactly. No, I can't even call playing with Connor and my dad competition. But my dad did beat me in Topgolf today, though, so we'll see. But I'm really looking forward to all the memories we'll share together, whether it be on the golf course or off. And then finally, Lindsey. I can't tell you how excited I am to marry you. The year of engagement was great, but I'm definitely glad that today has finally come, and we're starting a new chapter together. We've been together for just over 5 years. We met here, and we've both grown a lot as individuals and as a couple. And looking back, it's so cool to see your growth and the woman you've become today. I know pretty much everyone has touched on this, and there are a million other reasons that I could talk about why I love you, but the fact that you're just overflowing with joy is just so incredible to me. No matter what the circumstances, whether it's in your relationship with Christ or with me or your family or your friends, it's so cool to see. And I just feel blessed that I have the opportunity to see that every day for the rest of my life now. I'm really excited for the new and fun memories we'll make together as husband and wife. I definitely know there's not going to be a dull moment with you around. But the most exciting thing that I'm looking forward to is just the fact that we will continue to grow closer together we'll continue to point each other to Christ, and we'll center our marriage around Him. But I love you, and I can't wait to marry you tomorrow. So, on that note, that will be the end of the rehearsal dinner, and it's time to go to bed. But thank y'all again, just for coming. It really means a lot to us, and we will see all of y'all at the wedding tomorrow. Adjourned.